Well, I think the problem is they're hiring directors that aren't a part of the community. And what's important about this film is this is written and directed by a queer woman.
Hi, it's Wee Claire here for BBC The Social, and I am sitting here with the brilliant Chloe Grace Moretz. Hi.
Hi.
We're here today to talk about Chloe's new film, The Miseducation of Cameron Post. The film is amazing, and it deals with LGBTQ people in a very human way, in a really real way, which I found really refreshing.
Thank you.
Why do you think there's still this reticence or this fear to portray people in a real light?
Well, I think the problem is they're hiring directors that aren't a part of the community. And what's important about this film is this is written and directed by a queer woman. Not just a queer woman, but a queer Iranian-American woman. So the adversity she's seen in her life and the way that she deals with her adversity is a lot of the times through comedy, which is the way that we deal with our obstacles in life. We find the silver linings in the levity in moments to be able to overcome and to get through the dark moments in our life. And I think that that's what's really important about a movie like this is it's a different perspective, and it's really enlightening to watch that and invigorating as an audience member.
This feels close to your heart because you have two older brothers who are also part of the LGBT community.
Yeah.
What adversities or issues have you had to face as a family?
We all understood our responsibility. I understood the responsibility that I could be the first line of defense in defending them and who they are as a person. And you know, I've always loved my brothers unconditionally, but I learned to use my voice as an ally for the LGBT community from a very young age.
You took time out from acting, probably, I suspect, to find yourself in your career and perhaps spiritually as well. Who are you today then? Now, you said you want to make statements with your movies, so how are you feeling today as Chloe Grace Moretz back in the acting game after a break?
It was for me an incredibly introspective moment. You know, for the first time in my life, I was able to sit with my own thoughts and figure out what that inner voice is like and connect to who I am and reignite that flame within me that I felt was dwindling. And this movie was the first one that I did off the back of that break, and it was the ability to meld my art with my activism. It was the chance to tell a story which I don't think had been told before, the chance to work with a director whose perspective deserves to be told. And for me, that was a chance that I couldn't really let up on. So the Chloe I feel like today is one that is in control of the new path of her career and is able to, you know, work with social activism, but also art and entertainment to educate people in a fun way. That way it doesn't feel like taking your prescription.
Young people of any sexuality, colour or creed, if they're ever feeling alone, what would be your biggest advice to them?
That there is such a thing as chosen family, and you might not feel that the people around you see you for who you are, accept you for who you are, but you will find people who will unconditionally love you and accept you for who you are, and you will get through this dark moment in your life. You will overcome.
Thank you so much, Chloe.
Thank you.